The one thing this facility has always represented for the West Side was hope. Other businesses left. The Clippers stayed here. The Clippers were a winner on and off the field. So this community could tie to that sense of victory with the Clippers. This was a sense of pride to be a part of this facility, a sense of history that so many communities don't have anymore. It kills me to look at this facility in the state that it's in today. Just to see a mound covered with weeds, or a hose sitting on the side of a field, or to think of the memories of the people that played here. I look out at shortstop where there's dandelions, thinking that Derek Jeter cut his teeth in baseball right here in Central Ohio.
I've been on the west side of Columbus since I was 19 years old. I've watched the west side of Columbus flat die. The West Broad Street get boarded up. Down here in Franklinton get boarded up. The last thing we need in Columbus is one more business boarded up. In these hard economic times, we need this. We need west side growth, and we need the west side jobs. So let's all get together and help with Cooper Park.
This is not just race events. This is some race events, lots of non-race events, but more importantly, lots of research and technology, and with auto sales, the test driving of new vehicles, with the conference center and using the track for corporate meetings and team building things. For driving schools, there's an endless list. Ohio State's Center for Automotive Research wants to be involved. The Department of Automotive Technologies at Columbus State Community College wants to be involved. Both are short of space. Both see the value in making use of the track facility. We can make reuse of over 8,000 grandstand seats. So, by preserving a significant portion of the structure, by preserving the administration building, we can, keep all that structure out of the landfill.
Unlike most media people, I went down to the neighborhood and got to meet the people. Now, a lot of people warn me, do not take your wallet, pack your gun, don't wear your ring, don't wear your watch. Well, I'm here to tell you I've met a lot of great people in that community. I no longer carry a firearm, I carry my wallet, I wear my watch, and I wear my ring. I was fortunate enough to run into the Withers. He's been in business in Franklinton for 30 plus years. I watched how he was really dedicated to his community. Being there 30 plus years, the people know him on a first name basis. I watched a lady pull up with a very minor repair. He fixed her car and sent her on her way. Didn't even charge her a dime. He was nice enough to take time out of his day and give me thoughts about Cooper Park.
Only be good for this part of town, but good for Columbus, actually, I would think. But for the whole city.
They used to have concerts down there. We live south of the stadium, and you could hear the concerts, and nobody complained. And if they put a wall in, it can't be any louder than those concerts without a wall.
Now, he has to make a living like most, but here's a guy that's lived in the community, worked in the community. His shop's been here 30 plus years, and he looks at me as serious can be and says, "Boots, we need this track." The thing I've learned the most out of all this venture is the people down there are no different than you and I. Yeah, they don't live beyond their needs. They just live comfortable. And if they want to live down there, leave them alone. They just want jobs and the opportunity to get a better life for them and their family.
There's no place for these kids to hang out. There's no place for parents to take their kids at a reasonable rate. We used to get free tickets to go with kids and everything, and there's nothing. There is nothing in this area for these kids to actually walk to.
There's still that community pride. It's something to link on to here in this community. So many other places are gone.
If you get a business to attract people, then that's going to force the landlords in this area to upgrade their property because nobody's going to want to come down here. Therefore, for people to come, they're going to raise all kinds of cane and everything, and it's going to force the people to clean up the area and become to where it was years ago.
This facility, this facade gets a chance to stay in some way, shape, or form and keeps alive the hopes and dreams of people in this community as well.
As we drove down Thomas Avenue, we stopped to get a reading of all the sound that Interstate 70 was putting off with our sound meter. Then we run into this lady that's lived in the Franklinton area since childhood. She's been a homeowner for 20 plus years, and she lives so close to 70, you could see the undercarriages of the 18-wheelers as they pass her house.
I'd never get what I paid into it. Never in a million years. I take pride in where I live, and I swear by where I live only because I've raised a family here and I wouldn't live anywhere else. People actually forget about the people that are in here. We struggle everyday life working just like everybody else.
As I walked with Aram, the manager of one of the bigger apartment complexes just south of the deserted Cooper Park, I couldn't believe how much trash and debris that just has accumulated over the last few years. It was just sad to see how this area looks worse than ever. A lady walked up on us and she wanted to share her opinion of how bad she misses Cooper Park and how bad her and her family, how much they relied on the stadium for work. As I talked with Aram, I figured out how bad the area is and how it needs help, and how if Cooper Stadium continues to be deserted, it's going to just bring more crime and more bad things to the area.
Money put into the area, any redevelopment can benefit us and will benefit us greatly.
In my journey, I cover most of the hilltop that will be affected by Cooper Park. The businesses that currently neighbor Cooper Stadium, and especially Mound Street and the Central Point Shopping Center, Franklinton neighborhoods north and south of Broad Street, the mobile home parks along Harmon Avenue, and a ton of Southwest area neighborhoods. And guess what? They all want it. On April 21st, the Southwest Area Commission received a letter from John Bickford Sr., Vice President and General Manager of Jeff Gordon Incorporated. That's right, Jeff Gordon. Now, he wrote this letter, and there's two things in this letter that I really want to point out. And the first one is, he writes, in particular, we are excited about the prospect of including an automotive research and technical training center. The second thing he writes, Jeff Gordon Incorporated stands ready to bring the full force of its resources to the project and help ensure its success. Now, if you don't think this will help our area and help our community, then I don't know what to tell you. One of the major concerns about this whole development is the cemeteries. People for the track and people that are against the track have a big concern about the tombstones, funeral services, and all the above that goes with having a cemetery so nearby a racetrack.
But we understand that noise is the primary concern of the residents in the area. But we also understand that we need to be good neighbors, and it would not be our intent to disrupt the quality of life in Franklinton or the Southwest Columbus.
Some critics say that Cooper Park is going to bring a lot of vibrations from race cars. Well, I have the sound meter here, and currently in front of an 87-year-old tombstone that's been, untouched for many years, and 70 with less than a quarter mile away, I'm getting 81, 80, 75 sound decibels coming off I-70 right now. And I'm even holding it behind the tombstone because I don't want the wind to affect it. But 87 years this tombstone's been here unaffected by the freeway. I very much doubt that Cooper Stadium's going to have any effect on any of these tombstones. Like the heavy trucks, when they bounce and boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
does that rattle your house or anything?
No.
Don't rattle?
Uh-uh.
But I mean, what's that do for the sound over here?
It just lasts a few seconds.
The fireworks, did they bother you when Clippers let off all the fireworks, or did you guys come out and enjoy them?
Just come out on the porch and watched it.
Right.
I missed it, when they cut it off.
Now, do you think that the racetrack had hurt the birds mating and stuff?
No.
They won't care, will they?
No,
I tried to contact Roar to make this video. Everybody wanted to be fair, and I wanted to get both sides of the story, but they ran, and they wouldn't give me interviews. And it drove me kind of crazy, but here's some of the replies I got from them. I also had a chance to think about your request for an interview. I think we just need to agree to disagree. Now I know why they want to agree to disagree, because they don't want to hear the facts.
Okay, with the racetrack coming in, I see property values going up. Some of the empty buildings down the street will hopefully be purchased, and all the value will go up around here.
They want to see the lifeblood continue here in this area. So why not support something that's going to bring revenue, income, traffic to this area?
I'm sitting here with my sound meter, and it's amazing the reading you get just off of 315. As some of these trucks go by, I'm getting 80-some decibels. That's right, 80-some decibels. Now let me tell you something. I've spent over a month down here in Franklinton talking to the people. People in Columbus, they want this. These are signatures just for people in the Columbus area that want Cooper Stadium to get developed. This is signatures from people, there's another loud truck, but this is the people that live in Franklinton, Southwest Mound Street. The businesses want it, the people want it. The last thing the people want to see is another abandoned fine structure like this. Keep in mind, they're good people. They care about their friends, they care about their community. All they want is jobs, and they want someone to step up and develop Cooper Stadium, and that's what our shot's going to do.